Well, hello. Hopefully this guide will help you to figure out what level of the assignments you want to try to do this week so that it will help you get the grade that you desire on your mastery check for the unit. So we're landing here on the bulletin board page just like always. You can see here you have the check-in, you'll find your name. You ideally will be working on the cultural blending assignment, and that's what we're going to look at in this video. And for the cultural blending assignment, I'm going to do this two different ways. We can go in either through the topics page, or I can send it in through assignments. So I'm going to split my screen here. I'm going to make this topics, and then I'm going to move this to the right side. There we go. I don't know why the screen. Oh, I know why. So we've got a right and the left on the sides of the screen here. So if you're wanting to do this through topics, you'll go down to Gunpowder Empires and you'll see the topics laid out. Or you can go in through assignments and it's exactly the same. So if we're on the assignments page, you'll notice there are 3 assignments that all say cultural blending, and they say 16 out of 20, 18 out of 20, or 20 out of 20. They're all identical. And if you're looking through the topics, you'll see it over on the assignment page, or on the assignment link. If your screen's a little wider, it may, see here, if I can stretch this wide enough. No, it'll be under the assignment tab. And you'll see it's the exact same thing, 16, 18, and 20. There we go. So once you do that, everything else will be pretty much the same. So I'm going to just make this the full size. So if we go into the assignment, they're going to look nearly identical, and the difference is going to be each assignment will add something to help you do the mastery check. So let's just start at the easiest, at the 16 out of 20. You'll see here that in order to get 16 out of 20, I think you need to do these 3 things. You need to watch my lecture on cultural blending, which is right here, and then take notes on the Muslim world cultural blending. And I want you to upload a PDF of your notes once you're ready to take the mastery check. So you can do that in Notability, you can do that in any other sort of web-based thing. So if you click on the link here, it should take you to a lecture that I did on cultural blending. It's going to give you just the overview of what it means for cultures to blend and mix and different ways that they do it. And then if you follow this second link and you're in Google Chrome, it should take you right into the lesson page. And if it takes you to a landing page, you can just log in and then go back and follow this link a second time. So let's see if I can get it to do that. I cannot. It should take you right into here. Go through this, and remember, you're looking for what's cultural blending. So all of lesson 5. So there's patterns, the case study in the Safavid Empire. And what we're looking for is, what does it mean for cultures to blend, and how do they do that? If you do just this, I'm going to go back to close out of here and go back into the assignments. You should be able to pass the first level of the mastery check. So here's what our mastery check looks like. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. Check. If you want the 16 out of 20, if you give me 3 examples of cultural blending within the Islamic empires, so 1, 2, and 3. I give an example here of it. This is the figure of Our Lady of Guadalupe is an example of cultural blending. There are 3 examples in the text. And all you will need to do is that. Now, let's say you want a higher assignment. So we're going to go back to the previous page here, to the assignments. And if you want an 18 out of 20, you will see that the assignment looks very similar. Sorry, Naomi, you're the A, so you're going to get probably you're going to be on TV a lot this year, or YouTube. But you can see here, the assignment looks basically the same. First thing's the same, second thing is the same, and then this third thing, before you upload your PDF, I want you to look at this article. You can read either the article on artistic interaction among cultures in medieval Iberia, or the one on fashion in Safavid Iran. And so then what I want you to do there is you're going to select 5 pieces of art, cut and paste them into a document, and then annotate them showing how they're examples of Islamic art. And so now I'm going to exit out of here, and we're going to go into Notability, and I'll show you how to do that on Notability, in case you don't know how to do screen grabs. Okay, so this is how you should do this following using your Notability. So this won't apply to the 16 out of 20 assignment, but it will apply to the 18 out of 20 and the 20 out of 20. So I'm just going to open up the 18 out of 20. And again, sorry, Naomi. Okay, so if we go to the links, you'll notice here you could have either the links on the artistic interaction among cultures in medieval Iberia or fashion in Safavid Iran. And what you're going to do is select 5 pieces, as you can see here under 3 sub-point 1, and cut and paste them into the document. So if we follow the link, I'm just going to open up, we'll do the cultures one. You'll see it takes you to an article from the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. And the article here will explain the different ways that the different cultures blended in Islamic-controlled Iberia, which is Spain. And so you can read about that to see some of the ways that blending took place. And then what I want you to do is I want you to select some pieces. So you can see here, there's a belt buckle. You can use these or other pieces in the collection, but there's a whole bunch of pieces here. So what we'll do is, let's just grab one. Let's go take a look at this plate. And you can see here for each thing in the collection, it'll tell you a little bit about it. So this says here that these are converted Muslim craftsmen, and they are immigrants from Andalusia. So these designs were introduced to Andalusia, which is in Spain, and it was made by an immigrant who had converted to Islam and moved to Spain. And so it has a traditional Islamic symbol in the front, and it has a pseudo-Kufic script around the outside. And you can look at some other examples as well. So this is the underside of the plate. So if your plate, as an example, I want you to take a screen grab. So the first thing you can do is down in the corner, there's a little box, and you're going to click on that to make it your whole screen. And then you can do this 2 ways. The first way to screen capture is to press your power button and your home button on a regular iPad, and it will take a picture. The other way to do the screen capture, once this disappears, is to go up. I'm going up from the bottom left-hand corner, and I'm going to swipe up, and you can see here, it drags it, and it'll even let me resize this. So I'm going to, since I don't need this full thing, just use my finger, and I'm going to crop the image to there. And then I'm going to click Done. And I'm going to save it to Photos. So now I have my picture. So I'm going to go into Notability, pretend these are the notes you took on the section, and I'm going to add stuff to it. So down here, I'm going to start a new thing, and I'm going to talk about, I'm going to just call it Annotated Art. To insert something, I'm going to click on the thing here that says, let's do this, right here that says, oops, Insert Picture, and it's going to bring up a picture. And I'm going to select what I want, And you'll notice it puts it right on my screen, and then I can move it. If I want to crop the image, I can click crop, and then I can cut away the black and just keep. Or if I've done that already, I can select the other plate, and you can see that's the one that I cropped already. Now that you have it here, you can annotate it. So the article said that I'm going to change the. I'm going to go to a color that I can see more easily, and I'm going to go point from here. I'm going to draw a line over here, and I'm going to say traditional Islamic design. And maybe this part right here, this is that Kufic script. Oops. This thing was, this was oh, sorry. So the produced Spain from the Muslims was made by a convert immigrant who moved to. There's my annotating one of the document, one of the pictures. You're going to do that for 5 of them. And you can see, if we go back here to Chrome, a lot of them. And you just can go back, hit the back arrow, and it'll take you back to the cultures. There's a lot here. If you like something, so let's say I pick the panel here, you'll notice here it'll bring in the collection. And it should say, if you go down below here, it'll give you some other related pieces of art. So you can use those. Now remember, you only would use them if they show signs of cultural blending, or are interested and just want to explore. So now you will get the 4, what I want you to upload if you're doing the additional 18 out of 20 or 20 out of 20 assignments. You've seen how to take screen grabs of the material, and you've seen how to annotate in Notability. And so we're back here. And now once you want, that's what you will upload. Your PDF, you can see here, will now contain both your notes and the annotated artwork that you've chosen to look at. And if you do that, you should be able to get through. You've looked up 5 examples of a cultural blending. And in those articles from the Metropolitan Museum of Art, they tell you specifically about what is being blended. And you can look down here at my example here. So if we're doing the figure of Our Lady of Guadalupe, actually, let me just pull her up really quick. Probably those of you who are Catholic are familiar with this image, Our Lady of Guadalupe. So this image is an example of cultural blending. And so you can see here, to get the second column, to describe an aspect, I'm talking specifically here about the artifact. So her dress and black sash are traditional Aztec clothes, and the 12 stars are a reference to the book of Revelations. And if you look at the image here, you can see there are 12 stars up here on the top of her head. And her clothing here and this black sash is what makes her, is the Aztec part of this. So I'm making specific references. Going to do the 20 out of 20. I've given you, it will look very similar. And I've added another article looking at how words change through culture. So there's an article here on 44 Spanish words with Arabic origin. So you can click on that, and this will go through and explain how languages adapt words and blend together. And it'll give you a bunch of examples. I want you to pick 10 of these, and in your annotated notes, explain what how the moves are. So if you're doing a small village here, it would start here and then go, this is the Spanish, and then it goes into the classical Arabic. Other words you'll see on this list might move through other languages first. And there's even a little video here showing the differences in a Spanish speaker saying the word and an Arabic speaker saying the same word. So it's a kind of a cool little thing. And that should help you think through the last part, which is explain the type of blending. So when you took notes, and my lecture talks about different kinds of blending, whether that's contagious blending, whether that's hierarchical blending, relocation blending, all of those things. So you'll tell me what is it about, or the results of it, religious blending, linguistic blending, whatever. So you can give your examples here. And so that last article will help you get through this last part. Right? Our Lady of Guadalupe symbolizes the religious fusion as Christianity came to Mexico via the Spanish, with Mary central in the Christian faith. So it is religious blending. Here I use the word fusion. So I hope that is how you can walk through all of the assignments. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing your masteries.